Hey, what's up, YouTube? Happy Friday, my friends. It is Christine Haranek, owner and founder of Gauge Girl Training. I am also an author of the book right here, Unlock Your Macro Type. If you have not seen this book yet, it is everywhere books are sold, Barnes & Noble, Target, everywhere. It's also on Amazon. It's an ebook, it's an audiobook. Definitely want to check it out. You can see this is my copy because I have it all tabbed up. But I wanted to pop on here this Friday, this lovely fall Friday afternoon, and pop in to talk to you guys specifically about how to get back on track fast and give you guys one of our motivational chit chats. Hello. Please comment where you are from. Let me know how things are going, friends. I really wanted to pop on here because I know that there are a lot of folks struggling in the motivation department, struggling to get on track, feeling all out of sorts. And if that's you right now, you came to the right video at the right time. And the thing is, falling off track is normal. It's normal. You have to stop demonizing it. You have to stop you have to stop looking at falling off track as the worst possible thing that can happen. And I think one reason why people have such a hard time getting back on track is because they carry a lot of shame, they carry a lot of guilt, they carry a lot of unnecessary emotions with that process. And guess what, you guys? Emotions are exhausting. Emotions are absolutely positively exhausting, and especially when you're beating yourself up with your health, with how you're eating, how you're living. When you're already feeling some type of way about where you are versus your goal, it's an exercise in futility, my friends. It's an exercise in futility. And I have to tell you guys, the number one thing you want to do if you are struggling to get back on track is, number one, you have to, hey Shar, what's up, babe? We have folks from Pennsylvania. Hello, Kelly. If you are struggling to get back on track, the number one thing I want you guys to do is you have to just make a choice to release any negative emotions that you are carrying. You have to release the shame of not being where you think you should be right now. You need to let go the shame of bad choices that you previously made. You need to let go the shame, the guilt, the burden, the I coulda, woulda, shoulda, if I did this, then I did this, if I did this. Like, guys, all of that you have to just release. You have to release all of those feelings. You got to let it go, because holding on to it, all it is doing is exhausting you. And I think that there's a lot of folks here holding on to negative emotions. You feel that by beating yourself up, you feel that by feeling bad, by feeling guilty, by feeling ashamed, by feeling disappointed in yourself, by being in that headspace, you guys got to remember that does nothing. I'll tell you what does do something. What does do something is saying, all right, I'm going to let that go. I am going to focus on making changes. And I'm going to do the best I can with what I have, where I am, moving forward. And you have to, like I said, I know I'm repeating myself, but you have to release the negative emotions that you carry around with you. You got to let that stuff go. So the next thing is, you need to take inventory. You need to take an honest assessment of where you are right now. And no one wants to do this. Nobody wants to do this. I want you guys to take progress photos. I want you guys to weigh yourself. I want you guys to take your measurements. I need you guys to take an eyes wide open, honest look at where you currently are. And that's just like the physical things. I think a lot of you guys may need to go to a doctor. You may need to get a physical. You may need to get your hormones tested. You may need to get markers of health evaluated to see where you really are, because the thing is, my friends, if it cannot be measured, it cannot be improved. And you can't come back a couple months later crying and bitching and whining and moaning about the progress you're not seeing. But the thing is, you didn't measure anything. If the only thing you are measuring is your weight on the scale, you are doing yourself a huge disservice. You're doing yourself a huge disservice. Take those progress photos. I know you don't want to do it. I know you want to just hide. And I know you don't want to look at the reality of the situation, but Taking those baseline progress photos allows you to see, okay, this is where we are. And it serves as a baseline marker in order to make improvements. So the next thing you want to do is you need a game plan. You need a game plan, my friends. It is not enough to wing it. It is not enough to just eat better. It is not enough. Like I said, those things are good. Hey Jess, what's up, love? Those things are good. It is good to eat better. It is good to move more, but you need a plan. You need structure. You need guidance. You need to know, okay, how many workouts am I going to be doing per week? How many calories do I need to be burning per session? You need to know, what should my target heart rate be? You need to know, what should my calorie goal be? And I mean this sincerely, my friends, because if you are just going through the motions, you are not going to get the results you want. You're just not. And the thing is, my friends, you didn't get here overnight. This wasn't an accident. This came as a result of choices. This came as a result of choices that you made. And the thing is, every time you consume above and beyond the caloric expenditure that your body functionally needs, it will be stored as fat. It will be stored as excess fuel for your body to use in the future. And the thing is, there's math to that extra mass. And I'm going to say something that you guys are not going to like. Some of you have over 100,000 calories of stored potential energy on your body. Some of you have hundreds of thousands of stored potential energy on your body. And it's going to take a hot minute to burn through that. So until you are applying some actual structure and guidance to this, it's not going to disappear on its own. I want you to think of this like debt. I like to think of stored body fat as food debt. You guys have heard my financial analogies before, but I'm going to bring them up to really get you guys in the right headspace. If you're in debt, for instance, with your finances, do you just start saying, oh, well, let me just try to spend less and let's see if that makes my debt go away? Guys, no, if you just try to spend less, that's not going to magically wipe out your debt. You need a plan. You need to figure out, okay, what is my budget? How much can I afford to move from this to this? What things can I do without? What types of things do I need to economize? How much can I pay down towards that debt on a monthly basis? If I pay X, how many months, how many years is it going to take me to get through this? And the thing is, that can be calculated. That can be figured out. Things can be consolidated and you can get through it. My point, my friends, is you have to get out of the headspace of winging it. You got to get out of that lackadaisical, non-confrontational headspace. And the reason why it's easier to stay in that headspace, because that headspace is comfortable. You're comfortable because you don't need to get that close to really boiling down and dealing with the details and paying attention to things that makes you feel uncomfortable. Guys, it is uncomfortable when you're confronted with how much you're actually eating. It is very uncomfortable. Nobody wants to do it. Same with financial debt. If you have financial debt and you need to really start looking closely at where you're spending your money, at where it's going, at what it's going with, and is that stuff, are those things you're spending your money on, are they value-adding investments into your life? And guys, it's uncomfortable. It feels, it's the type of stuff that you'd rather just avoid. It's the type of stuff you'd rather just not deal with. And who knows what I'm talking about? That uncomfort, that discomfort, it's like, ugh. It's like doing your taxes. There's so much associated with that part of the process where you really got to start opening your eyes and paying attention and being like, oh shit, I'm overeating here. I'm doing this. Guys, but the thing is, what I encourage you guys to do, hey, what's up, Penny? Instead of going through that process, kicking and screaming and feeling all the discomfort of auditing your current eating habits and feeling all of the discomfort of, instead, what I want you to do is be like, all right, you know what? Bring it. Let's get this figured out. Let's figure out how to solve this problem. I need you guys to come at this from a problem-solving perspective, not in a shameful, guilty victim perspective, but I need you to come at it from a, okay, what do I need to be more aware of? Damn, I didn't read that label. I had no clue that this protein powder versus this protein powder, this one has like 20 grams of carbs and this one has no carbs. Like, wow, that's a big difference. I want you to be like, oh, you know what? This cocktail I just drank has all this sugar, all this extra calories. It provides no nutritive value. And yet I just consumed 300-400 calories worth of cocktails that I probably didn't need. And now I barely work out as it is. And now I got to burn that. Like, guys, you have to look at this from a problem solving perspective. You have to look at this from a, oh, now I know. Oh, wow. Okay. You have to use it from a data collection perspective. You have to use it from a perspective of, well, wow. Well, that makes sense. No wonder I'm in this situation. And the thing is, it's so hard to not take that shit personally. I know that when stuff is brought to my attention personally that I'm effing up on, stuff that I'm not doing the best in, stuff that I could be doing better in, I know right away I get defensive. I have there's a part of me that gets defensive. Who gets defensive? Do I have any defensive folks here or anyone who's honest enough to admit they get defensive? I do. I have my moments. And when you're in that defensive headspace where you just kind of want to be like pissy and like moody about it, and you don't want to face it, and it just in your feelings about it, you're just like, Guys, we got to move out of that defensive headspace, and it sucks at first. At first, it feels like the most painful, uncomfortable, like, thing, because we are defensive. We don't want to be told we have to change. We don't want to be like, have our things brought into the light. But guys, when you bring your shit to the light, that's where healing happens. That's where the problems get addressed. Like, and the thing is, you see my shoulders just went down, like, because I know that, like, at the end of the day, even though it's uncomfortable, I know that it's ultimately helping myself. I know that if I bring awareness and say, okay, even though I don't want to know how many calories a day I'm eating right now at this season in my life, I know I probably should track it. And if I do, I'll be able to wrap my mind around where I'm actually at. Because guys, maybe you're eating 2,000 calories a day. Maybe you're eating 3,000 calories a day. Maybe you could honestly be eating 3, 4, 5,000 calories a day and not even know it. And with snacks and treats and foods and drinks and things, it is so easy to go over. So easy. And the thing is, I'm throwing these numbers out there at you because once you draw awareness to it, that's how the problem gets solved. That's how you fix it. That's how you're like, oh, well, okay, I need to make these shifts. I need to make these changes. And you have to stop approaching it from a defensive place. You have to be like, look, okay, I truly want to help myself. I truly want to feel better. And the thing is, you have to shift your headspace. You have to move your headspace, because if you go into a fat loss program and you haven't done the internal work that says, okay, you know what? I do need to focus on making better choices for my life. I do need to focus on building better habits. I want that healing. I want that awareness. I want that lifestyle change. I do want to feel better. I do want to get to a point where this feels more natural. If you do that versus I'm going to suck it up. I'm going to grin and bear it. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it. I will do whatever it takes. I will get it done. I will get it done. Guys, you understand that if you get into that, whatever it takes, I will do whatever it takes, that headspace really has, even though you might get results, you really haven't healed certain parts of your mindset and your perspective. And I challenge you, don't go in that box. Don't do it anymore. And if you've done it before, I used to do that shit all the time back in the day, where I used to be like, I will do whatever it takes. I will suck it up. I will I will eat what I need to eat. I will do what I need to do. I will get it done no matter what. I used to be in that headspace and I got results and I got great results versus the headspace that says, you know what? I want to draw awareness to my eating habits. I want to be aware of what triggers me. I want to be aware of how I manage my stress and anxiety. I want to be aware because I can tell you what, guys, until you start doing that deep work inside of you that says, you know what? I do have unhealthy coping mechanisms. And I know for a lot of women, we're very emotional beings. Your coping mechanisms and learning how to properly use the correct coping mechanisms is a big shift. It's a big shift. And I'm happy to help Vanessa. And it's a very big shift. And you have to be aware of it. You have to be aware of it because guess what, my friends? Anxiety, stress, life, stuff, it's never going to go away. Like, I still battle anxiety. I still battle depression from time to time. But the way I cope is not the same as I used to. And you have to remember that choosing a healthy lifestyle does not rid you from problems. It doesn't mean that you're magically going to feel better. And even losing weight doesn't magically mean you're going to feel better. I repeat, losing weight doesn't magically mean you're going to feel better about yourself. And that's a very big eye opener because you may think, okay, well, maybe if I just get skinny, if I just get to this size, if I could just fit those jeans again, then I'll be happy. Guys, you're going to be happy when you deal with the uncomfortable shit that you're avoiding. You're going to be happier once you learn healthier relationship with food. You're going to be happier when you hold yourself accountable, and you're going to be happier when you step into the light. And I invite all of you guys to step into the light. I invite you guys to stop hiding in darkness. And I mean this sincerely. Stop sweeping shit under the rug. Stop avoiding mirrors. Stop avoiding the scale. Stop avoiding confrontation of the things that really need to change. And once you bring your things to the light, you can be like, this is how I need to improve. This is how much I need to be eating. This is how I solve that. Does that make sense, my friends? So if you want to get back on track faster, you got to step into the light. You got to step into the light. You got to step into awareness. And that's where the healing happens. And I don't know about you guys, but like I just felt a peace come over my heart just now, that the whole point of all of this is to heal. The whole point of all of this is to feel better. The whole point of all of this is to feel connected to your lifestyle in a way that makes sense. And my friends, like, don't beat yourself up. Don't beat yourself up, but step into the light and bring awareness. Bring awareness to it. So if you want help, if you want accountability, if you really want to be part of a supportive community who really wants to cheer you on, who is in the same boat, guys, like we're on the same boat, I invite you to join our holiday challenge. Our holiday challenge starts on November 25th, which is the day after Thanksgiving. It's on Black Friday, and it goes till Christmas Eve, which is December 23rd. It's a Friday. It's a 4-week challenge. And during these 4 weeks, you guys, we're going to work on our habits together. You're going to have goals. You're going to have daily check-ins with the community. You're going to get a live Zoom call with me every Monday night. You're going to get to participate with prizes. I have free gifts. I have all kinds of great things I'm going to give you. But the thing is, I want to prompt you to move forward with this from the headspace of, I want to heal. From the headspace of, I do want to bring my behaviors to the light. I do want to focus on learning how to fix these things. I want to be exposed. And I mean that in the healthiest way. I want to expose my habits. I want to expose my behaviors. I want to expose what I'm really doing here so I could really get to the bottom of it. If you feel like you need more than that, and you feel like you need more personalized support, and you're watching this and you're like, damn, Christine, like I really need you as my coach. I need you in my life. I need somebody to work through this with and guide me. And guys, as your coach, we get one-on-one weekly video calls via Zoom. I am available to you via text. Customize your programs and really work with you to build a customized solution to help you where you are right now. So guys, I hope that this video was helpful to you. And if you're watching all of this and you're like, I'm interested, but I want to learn more, I encourage you, pick up my book, Unlock Your Macrotype. It's available on Amazon. It's available at Barnes & Noble, as well as everywhere books are sold. And you can learn about my philosophies on nutrition. You can learn your macrotype. You can take the quizzes. You can see transformations. There's recipes. There's meal plans. There's workouts. So everything you need to know is in this book. So check it out. Unlock Your Macrotype by Christine Heranek. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Peace out.